here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta with another fantastic action figure review for you guys and unboxing of the Dark Knight Returns Batman Triumphants. We're going to take a look at paint apps, articulation, sculpt, and accessories. So if you guys can do me a huge favor, and if you do like this kind of content, please hit that like button and subscribe, and also check out in the links in the description below for some of my social media sites so you could stay up to date with this channel. With all that being said, let's take a look at those size comparisons. So with this Mafex Batman, we can see a good size comparison between a few different lines of action figures. We have the Shfiguarts Goku, we have Marvel Legends Deadpool, NECA Predator, we also have the ImagineWorks Goku, and we also have the Hasbro Lightning Collection Gold Ranger. So you could see which kind of figures, if you wanted to, make a diorama or use other figures to make a crossover in your diorama or pose them around with some other figures, you could see whereabouts he would fit in. Obviously, Mafex figures will probably scale well with this figure as well. But other than that, let's go straight to the review. Well, everybody, I'm glad you made it this far into this review and unboxing of this Dark Knight Returns from Mafex that they gave us here, and we're going to go over the paint apps and sculpt. And I got to say, this figure looks really nice. But I had a quick question for you guys. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2? Let me know in the comments, because this figure looks just like it came out of the damn comic book or the movie. But if you guys have seen that, let me know in the comments below, and also make sure to hit that like button. I'd really would help out the channel. Plus, it's free and only takes a little bit of your time. It actually helps out a lot when it comes to showing the support for this channel. But with all that housekeeping out of the way, I just want to just take a look at this figure. So we have some battle damage with this figure. You can see that there's some tears from, to me, this looks like when he had the fight with what was his name, damn it, I hate when I lose concentration, but this is like when he fought the mutants. Yeah, the mutant master, the leader of the mutants. This looks like exactly right after that, after they just got him fighting in the mud. He was all tore up from that guy beating his ass, but I think this is after the fact, after he beat him in part 2. The blue on this figure looks really nice. It gives it that old school Cape Crusader kind of look. The yellow is very bright. We have some more tears into the actual costume here to show some more flesh and to let you know that it's just a man underneath this suit here. Let's take a look at the back. There is some nice shading all around to give some good definition of the muscles. You can see on the bat butt right there, you can see that they have some shading right there because he does have a butt crack. But my favorite thing about this figure is the fact that they opt to give us a cloth cape. Now, I did review I want to say the black version of this, where all the blue is pretty much black and the gray is a little darker. You guys could check that out in the link in the description below, so you guys can see the differences from these two releases. But you can see, look at that, they even got some nice rash right there. He's pretty swollen and red. You can see some scrapes and scuffles that they were able to put. They put a lot of detail into this figure. Now, as for the sculpt, he does look bulky, but that's just the way they had him in the actual comic book and in the movie. He was a bulky character. If you guys didn't know this, little trivia, the guy who voiced this character in the movie was RoboCop, the original 1980s RoboCop. He voiced him, which is pretty cool, and I think he gave a really good performance in that movie. So let's take a look at the articulation. Head moves up, moves down, swivel, arm rotation, butterfly joint, swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, swivel, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back. We have Batman's acrobatic spread, swivel, bend at the knee, swivel, hinge, toe hinge. Here are the accessories that the Dark Knight comes with. He has a total pair of 5 pairs of hands. He has 2 fisted hands that are on him right now. I didn't take those off, obviously, because they're just 2 fisted hands. But what I liked about is that the detail they put on the right hand, all of the knuckles are pretty much open from all of the punishment he's been placing on all the villains of Gotham City. So I thought that was a nice detail that they put ripped gloves on the right hand, because he's just pummeling through villains left and right all through the night. You also get 4 Batarangs. Now the detail on the Batarangs, I mean, it's very hard, very small, but hopefully you can see it. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on this very small piece of plastic. But there's some detail on it. I wouldn't say it's exactly the same one from the show or the movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but we'll get over it and take a look at the rest of the accessories, because he does come with 2 head sculpts. So this figure comes with 2 head sculpts. In a real sense, it's just one, but we have the Batman here, grinning in the Dark Knight, upset, angry. I wish they could have gave us like a plain faced one, but this guy was constantly kicking ass, so yeah, I understand. Then we have the Bruce Wayne face, and I gotta tell you, they sculpted this very beautifully. You can see he has a black eye. He only has one eye open, very stern and serious, and the sculpt work on the hair is great. You can see a nice little shot, dry brushing for some shadows, and also on the face you can see that the black eye has some nice, you know, detail there. But this face looks exactly like how they depicted him in the graphic novel. Now he has this piece of the cowl that's supposed to go over his neck, so that way it looks like he unmasked himself. So that's a great little accessory. A lot of Wolverine figures come with that, so why wouldn't they want to do that for Batman? But that's pretty much what comes with the figure. Let's go over my final. So now we come to the point of this unboxing and review of my final thoughts. If you made it this far, I really appreciate the support. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and also hit that bell notification so that way you're notified whenever there's an update to this channel. You don't realize how much that helps out with the support of any YouTube channel. So if you guys could do that, I would really appreciate it. And also leave me some comments below. I really like to see everybody's feedback. But back to the figure. The figure has some great paint apps, has some great sculpt, great articulation. I mean, it's great all around. I just wish maybe it came with a little bit more accessories, and by a little, maybe a grappling gun, maybe you know, some little things, maybe the night vision goggles, something that was in the show that he used. But this figure is great all around. Like I mentioned before earlier into the video, if you haven't checked out the black version of this, where the blue is pretty much black and the costume is, I think, is a little grayer, and it doesn't have no battle damage, you can check that out in the links in the description below, because I've reviewed a similar Mafex figure for Batman, but this is a different sculpt work, obviously, because of the fact that he has battle damage and he has different hands and all that good stuff and different color. But I would recommend picking up this figure. It definitely, Mafex is one of those figure lines that do go up in price right away, and if you're a huge Batman fan, there would be no way you wouldn't want to pick this guy up. And I did forget to mention that his cape, yes, it's part of the cloth cape club, and it also has bendy wire, so that way you're able to use it and style it any way you need to be able to get whatever depiction of Batman you want to show him with his cape. So don't be afraid to use it. Just be careful with where it connects, because on my original one I did pop out the wire, and you don't want that to happen, because then it's going to mess up the whole aesthetic of the figure. But with all that being said, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed the review. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I really love to read them. Also, check out my Instagram, Facebook, so that way and my Twitter, so you guys can stay up to date with the channel. Those are all in the links below. And like always, I will see everybody on the next review.